Hello, fabulous Gemini. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of June 2016, General Focus. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. This month, we have got you at the center of the party. It really is all about you. I promised you last month that the energy would shift and you would have the spotlight. I promised you last month, be patient. Deal with yourself on an energetic level, knowing that big breakthroughs are coming up very soon. And here we are. Early in the month, there is a new moon happening in your sign, and it is a particularly important new moon at that. This new moon is happening hand in hand with Venus and reaching out to other power players to configure, to form what astrologers are calling a grand mutable cross, a mutable grand cross. So this is big time players in the sky, all in mutable signs, speaking to each other. We have the new moon and the sun, of course. What is the new moon? The moon and the sun meeting in the sky. So the new moon and the sun meet in the sky with Venus. On one side is Neptune, on the other side is Jupiter, and across the sky is Saturn. This is a lot about accepting realities, choosing compassion, and choosing forgiveness. This sky is a lot about deciding who you really want to be and not letting fear dictate that self-perception. And a lot of this sky, to me, as I look at it, it says something about having to be very honest with yourself. It has to do with, I'll be honest with you as well, I'll always be honest with you, but this is also like secrets coming out, and they very well may be your secrets. Now, this can work to your advantage, absolutely, if you're ready, right? Where you're ready to forgive yourself, you're ready to forgive others. This can be that coming forward, which can be tremendously healing for so many people, yourself included. But where it is that maybe you haven't really wanted to, or there's been some stuff going on and you know better, this can be a time when you have to be honest with yourself about where you are now as part of a smart way forward, a more honest way forward. And that forgiveness may not necessarily be about others. It may be oriented towards you. With this particular sky, there is a desire here to start fresh. There is a desire here to be loved. But the root of that and where you're going to get that is going to be rooted in a sense of self-clarity and self-honesty. So it seems like there may be some sort of external pressure, external truth baiting down on you. Now, sometimes this can be good when it challenges to bring our best self forward. Sometimes not so good. It can feel like someone's acting like they're the boss of you when they're really not the boss of you. So, and really, when it comes down to it, no one's the boss of you, right? You're the boss of you. You decide who you are. You decide what you want to do. And every aspect of life, and I've realized this that much more deeply, that much more, particularly those of us who are fortunate enough, blessed enough to come from certain parts of the world, really every single part of your life is your choice. And so owning that allows you to have that much more power with you. Now, if you're a person who doesn't really live, with secrets and clouds and illusions, you're not really caught up in that, that's amazing, right? Consciousness, I think, is everything. Consciousness changes how the planets are experienced in your life. And this is an idea, actually, that has been articulated for a long time, especially in Western astrology for a long time. One of more recent examples I can think of, one of the godfathers of modern astrology is Alan Leo. Alan Leo was part of the whole spiritualist movement with the whole Neptune, discovery of Neptune. He was around then. He has his whole system of esoteric astrology, very loved his system of esoteric astrology. He is the person who says this in our more recent times, in his book, Esoteric Astrology, that the level of consciousness that you bring to the chart will determine how you live that chart, how you experience that sky, that you are interacting with that sky at all times. And so if you are a person who lives consciously and strives to bring consciousness to your sky, this can be a time where you're being honest with yourself in a way that ultimately makes you go to faith. ultimately makes you say, you know what, I know who I am and I want to be a more loving person, a more compassionate person. I want to be a person free from any kind of weight, any kind of spiritual weight, emotional weight. And I want to be a person who feels connected to everyone and everything, who feels that sense of spiritual connection, and I'm willing to do the work to get it. That is the promise with the sky this important. Now, if you were born, okay, so if you were born right around the 7th of the month, give or take 5 days on either side, right around the 7th of the month, you're going to feel the sky that much more, but all signs out there should find themselves, and no matter when your birthday is, will find yourself receiving benefit from this, particularly if you approach the sky consciously. It can restore a sense of love to you if you're willing to embrace the possibilities and you're willing to embrace your life and your actions that much more honestly. As we move towards the later part of the month, it becomes a lot about other people, and I will talk about that in the love-focused horoscope, but really partnerships of all kinds are going to surprise you and delight you and move you forward. What I love about this month for you is that it really is you understanding who you are, that I am, that self-definition, that identity goes through an important shift. And it may come after a brief moment of some uncertainty, some disappointment, some confusion, some having to look at yourself in ways that maybe aren't always easy to accept. But it is exactly that will allow you to move towards a person that not only can you respect, but I do believe you will love very much.